I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about the news involving John Harbaugh, Coach. Obviously, a guy that you took on multiple times, including this past Sunday night, and is almost as tenured as you are in your job as he was, past tense now, in his. What's your opinion upon hearing that news?
First, I just have so much respect for Harbs. Our stories will forever be, interwoven. This rivalry that we've been fortunate and honored enough to be a part of. I just got so much respect for him and how he's gone about his business. And we've certainly had some legendary battles over the years. In terms of him being let go, unfortunately, I just think it's a component of today's sport culture. And so, there have been many examples of that. And so it's unfortunate, but I'm sure that he is going to move on. And if he chooses to coach again, I'm sure he will. And I'm sure he'll be very successful at doing so. But more than anything, I just think it's, a larger example of today's sport culture in terms of, not a lot of patience in the entertainment component of what it is that we do. There's just not a lot of longevity. I'm sure we all would like to be Don Shula and Tom Landry, but I think those days are gone.
Well, I mean, you are the avatar of that these days now more than ever. Certainly since a guy was 1 year behind you in terms of tenure. Now it's, I believe, Andy Reid who's closest to you, and that was in Kansas City, and he had to leave the state of Pennsylvania himself. So
I'm miles away from Tom Landry and Don Shula.
Well, I know that, but I mean, if anybody could, if you will, run them down, it would be you in your current position. I had Bill Cowher on the show yesterday, your predecessor, almost 2 decades ago, which is kind of wild to say. And he was going through in detail what his conversations with the Rooney family would be after a season and how they don't really stick their 2 cents in during a playing season. And so I'm wondering if you think about those things, about your longevity as you go into this game on Monday night at all.
I don't. First of all, I'm certainly really appreciative of the work environment that I've been in for 19 years and the stability and the steadiness of our ownership. But man, I'm tunnel visioned. As a leader, man, I'm called upon to serve these guys, and NFL playing careers are very short, and so I certainly can't seek comfort in the longevity of my career. I work with guys who have very short careers, and I tend to try to always have and mirror that urgency. I think it's disrespectful not to have that level of urgency when I lead them, and so, man, I don't very rarely do I delve into big picture perspectives or appreciate the longevity component of what I've been able to do. There's just so many things that are waiting for me today, this week, that demand my attention.
Do you have an outside noise person in your world that informs you of stuff?
I don't. People that are closest to me know I really don't care. And so they've learned over the years. But every now and then, just the number of texts I get in my phone of people checking on me gives me an indication
Is that right?
of the level of outside noise. When I get texts from people that are just checking in and checking on me, that lets me know that the outside noise is pretty loud.
Well, I mean, the outside noise hit inside the building weeks ago. You go on a win streak as well, and now here you are hosting a playoff game with the fans around you now, and that was a large conversation. So when I'm reading about some stories about you thinking about TV or thinking about other things than just coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers, that comes from outside, not from your 2 cents and thinking about it?
Hey, Rich, I don't participate in any of that, man. I can't allow myself to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even really privy to the specifics of what you're talking about. I just realize it's a component of what I do and what we do. And you better learn to live with it, or at least endure it. There's more U.S. senators than NFL head coaches, and I have a respect and appreciation for that, and an understanding of maybe some of the things that come with that.
All right. So last things for you is you still seem to love it. You love it? You really love doing this? I know you're laughing, but honestly, it's a grind. I mean, you have more gray in your beard than the first time I interviewed you. That's for sure. You know.
Hey, I'm institutionalized, man. I gotta have it. You know, I just love the challenges week in and week out that this job provides. The growth in it, the collective growth, the individual growth. Mm-hmm. A lot of lessons I've learned in life, man, has kind of been through my football experiences. I've been on the team every year of my life, man, since 1980. And so I really appreciate it.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time. And I guess my excitement of you saying yes to this interview, I guess it can be summed up like this way. And then, did I do it right?
Hey, absolutely.
Did I do that right?
That's a tip of the cap to one of my favorite MMA competitors, man, Derek Lewis.
Okay.
That's his celebration.
Well, there it was right there. Very good. Yeah, he's been on this program before, so I didn't put two and two together. I got so much respect for that human and how he goes about his business. Okay, I just want to make sure I did it right.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.